My son Milo whispered it right in the middle of my sister's wedding. I leaned down confused. Why, sweetheart? Your aunt's about to walk down the aisle. He didn't answer. Just held up a phone. Because of this look. And in that instant, everything else disappeared. My name is Lucy. I'm 38, a wife, a mother of 2, and for most of my life, the good daughter. I played by the rules, kept the peace, met everyone's expectations. My younger sister, Leah, was bold, magnetic, adored. Everyone noticed her. Our parents used to say, Leah's a star. And eventually, I started to wonder if I'd ever be enough. Still, I built a life. I got my degree in psychology, married Jack Williams, a smart, charming engineer, and we had 2 amazing kids. Macy, now 14, and Milo, 12. Our lives ran on rhythm. School drop-offs, soccer games, family dinners. The kind of life that was supposed to make you feel whole. One crisp fall afternoon, I came home from work and found a thick envelope on the kitchen counter. Cream-colored paper, gold lettering. It was Leah's wedding invitation. The groom, Henry McLean. A real estate mogul with a mansion in the hills and skyscrapers downtown with his name on them. I'm home, I called out as I stepped inside. Milo came running, beaming. Mom, I got an A on my science project. My teacher said it was awesome. I kissed his head. That's amazing. I want to see it after dinner. In the kitchen, Macy was buried in homework while Jack stirred chili on the stove. It all looked so normal. Jack glanced at the envelope in my hand. What's that? Leah's getting married, I said. To Henry McLean. His eyebrows went up. He took the invite and let out a low whistle. Wow, that guy. The wedding was 3 months away and the whole family was invited. That night, after the kids went to bed, I sat on our bed staring at the invitation. Jack walked out of the bathroom, towel around his neck. Thinking about Leah? He asked. I nodded. It's just everything always works out for her. He sat beside me. Lucy, you've built something real. You've got a career you love, 2 amazing kids, and me. I know, I said. But there was this heaviness in my chest I couldn't shake. I'm just tired. The next day, I called Leah. Congratulations. Thank you, she squealed. He's incredible. I want you to be a part of everything. You're my sister. I can't imagine doing this without you. Of course, I said. Just tell me what you need. Lunch tomorrow? Absolutely. Over lunch the next day, she lit up talking about the proposal, the venue, the dress. Her joy was contagious. Then she said something that caught me off guard. Lucy, I've always admired the family you've built. You've got a beautiful future ahead, Leah. I'd be honored to stand by your side on your big day. I want you and Macy to be my bridesmaids, she said with a smile. Of course we will. You're my little sister. I want nothing more than for you to be happy and for us to grow even closer. The weeks that followed were a blur of wedding planning, flowers, fittings, details. But under all the excitement, something felt off. Jack had been different. More late nights, vague excuses, always glued to his phone. Work stress, he said. I wanted to believe him. At the rehearsal, Leah looked stunning. I smiled for her, but inside I was falling apart. She was living her fairy tale, and mine felt like it was quietly slipping away. That night, Milo climbed into my bed. His voice was soft. Mom, something's wrong. What do you mean? I think Dad's hiding something. Why would you say that? Because whenever I walk in the room, he hides his phone like Macy does when she's texting her friends about that pop star. I laughed, trying to brush it off. He's probably just busy. Later that evening, Jack left again. Another emergency meeting. I didn't argue. I just watched him walk out the door like a stranger. Macy was on her phone. Milo sat on my bed, knees tucked to his chest. Jack didn't come home until after midnight. His shirt was wrinkled, eyes tired, but not from work. From something else, something I didn't want to name. Then came the wedding. Macy and I stood beside Leah as bridesmaids. She looked radiant. I'm glowing right, big sis, she whispered. The most beautiful bride I've ever seen, I said. And I meant it. But something inside me twisted. During the ceremony, I caught Jack glancing at Leah too many times. I told myself I was being paranoid. At the reception, the music was loud, glasses clinked, laughter echoed. The newlyweds danced, and then the MC announced, "Time for all the lovebirds to join the bride and groom." Jack reached for my hand. "You look beautiful," he said. "Thanks. Everything okay?" "I'm fine, just tired." But his touch didn't feel like home anymore. As we danced, he turned to Leah. "May I?" She smiled. He took her hand. They moved together like it was second nature, like it wasn't the first time. Something inside me cracked. Back at the table, Milo sat pale and tense, gripping a phone like it was the only thing keeping him steady. "Mom," he whispered, tugging at my hand. "We have to go now." "What happened?" I thought it was Macy's phone. It had the same pink case, but it wasn't. It was Aunt Leah's. It was on lockdown. "Mom, you need to see this." He handed it to me. Photos. Jack and Leah in a hotel lobby. His hand wrapped around her waist. She leaned into him laughing. Another in a car, his fingers brushing her chin, her eyes locked on his. Then in a hallway, her arms around his neck, his hand low on her back. Too low, too familiar. And then the messages. "Tonight." East Wing told Lucy it's a work thing. She bought it. She always does. "You're mine, babe." Lucy was convenient. "You're the one I want." Always were. "Leah can't wait to see you, Daddy." My stomach dropped. This wasn't just an affair. It was a performance. A shared lie they enjoyed. Jack didn't just betray me. He chose her. And they weren't even sorry. They were proud. "I'm sorry, Mom," Milo said, his voice trembling. "You did the right thing," I whispered, pulling him into a hug. "You were so brave." He nodded, eyes glassy. I knew something wasn't right. I glanced over at Leah, laughing like nothing had happened. And Jack, raising a glass, pretending everything was fine. "Come on," I said quietly. "But first, I need to talk to Henry." We found him near the terrace. I handed him the phone. He scrolled through the photos, then the texts. His jaw tightened. "How long has this been going on?" "I don't know, but it's not recent." He let out a slow breath, then crouched down in front of Milo. "Thank you," he said softly. "What you did took real courage." Just then, as if fate had a cruel sense of humor, Jack and Leah appeared at the edge of the garden. Leah went pale. Jack froze. "What's going on?" she asked, trying to sound casual, but her voice cracked. Henry held up the phone. "The truth. The one you've been hiding." Jack stammered. "It's not what it looks like. We were just talking about work." "Work?" I snapped. "You betrayed your family with my sister." And just like that, everything went quiet. Milo gripped my hand tightly. I was shaking, not just from the fury and heartbreak, but from the crushing weight of a betrayal I had tried so hard to ignore. "Why?" I asked Leah, my voice low but steady. "Why him?" She looked down, the glossy image she always kept cracking at the edges. Her voice faltered. "Jack's been chasing me for years," she said. "Sending gifts, calling late at night, telling me how miserable he was. He said I was everything he wished he'd had. I never asked for it. I didn't know how to make it stop." Henry didn't say a word. He just stared at the phone. Jaw so tight it looked like it hurt. Then with a terrifying calm, he walked over to the tech booth. "MC," he said quietly but firmly. "Put these on the main screen. All of them. Now." MC hesitated. "Are you sure?" Henry didn't blink. "Do it." The lights dimmed. Behind the flower arch, the big screen came to life. First the photos appeared. A wave of gasps rippled through the crowd. Then the messages and then silence. Heavy, stunned absolute. Henry stepped forward, took the mic, and faced everyone. Jack, Leah, and all the guests. "The wedding's off," he said, voice cold and steady. I won't build a life on lies. He handed back the mic and walked down the aisle alone. Leah stood frozen in her white dress, eyes wide with shame. Jack turned to me, desperate now. Lucy, please. Can we talk? It's over, I said. For the kids' sake, walk away quietly. I looked down at Milo. His eyes sparkled with unshed tears, but he stood tall, brave. Let's go find Macy, I whispered. We're going home. As we crossed the garden, I looked back at Leah one last time. A real family doesn't destroy itself, I said. I don't hate you, but I don't want you near us anymore. We didn't look back. There was nothing left to see. That night, the silence in the car was suffocating. Macy curled up in the back seat, small and solemn. Milo stared out the window. His voice was barely a whisper. Mom, this is my fault. I reached over and gently held his hand. No, sweetheart. You were the bravest one. Telling the truth is never wrong. The blame belongs to the ones who lied. He nodded slowly, watching the darkness rush past the window. The days that followed were a blur of paperwork, phone calls, tears, and difficult conversations. Jack's flowers. Apologies. I made a mistake, he wrote. I lost my mind, but it was too late. I saw it clearly now. He wasn't sorry for breaking us. He was just sorry he got caught. I stopped crying the day he asked for the house, but not for custody, not even weekends. He didn't even ask how the kids were doing. That hurt more than anything. It showed just how little our family had meant to him. Leah vanished. No texts, no calls, no explanations. Whether it was shame or cowardice didn't matter anymore. I went back to work part-time, finally using my therapy degree at a local family support center, helping others carry the kind of pain I now knew far too well. Milo struggled at school. His teacher said he was quiet and distant, but slowly he started to improve. Macy, always the more silent one, surprised me one night as I tucked her in. She looked up at me and whispered, "We'll be okay, Mom. We'll get through this." Milo stayed thoughtful, often asking things like, "Is Dad going to marry Aunt Leah?" "I don't know," I'd say. "Are you going to get married again?" I'd smile gently. "First, I'm learning how to be on my own. That's harder than getting married." He'd nod, and I could tell he understood, and somehow so did I. The pain became memory, and memory over time became strength. I got married at 22, thinking Jack and I would grow old together, raise our children, share birthdays and graduations, laugh at inside jokes, and hold hands through life storms. I thought love was enough, but life had other plans. Jack will pay child support. That's the bare minimum. Maybe one day he'll want to be more than just a name on a check. But even if he doesn't, I'll be enough. Because Milo and Macy deserve better than broken promises. They deserve truth. They deserve peace. They deserve a home where love doesn't hide in the shadows. And I will give them that no matter what. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the story, like the video and subscribe to our channel. This is Revenge Scales, where justice always finds its way. See you next time. Asterisk.